I'm doing great. How about you guys?
We're doing okay. How are things in Montana?
Oh, not too bad today. Yesterday was icy where I was anyway, driving truck. So.
Yeah. Well, it is Montana, isn't it? So, how could we help you today?
Okay, and I just want to say I love you guys. I've been listening to you for about 3 years, and I've learned a lot. But I'm at a loss of help at this point. I got some friends. They're married. Been married for about 10 years, 5 children. Both of them drink, and her dad when she was young was drinking, and she was, it was really hard on her. She did everything she could to prevent him when he was drinking to go outside or go to other people. She was ashamed of it. But he's been clean for, I'd say, 8 to 10 years now, not drinking at all.
Okay.
A very responsible person now.
Okay.
And then on the husband side, his dad was drinking. I don't think he was abusive at all or anything. He grew up in a real rough situation, like everything was eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. You hate me, I hate you. So he deals with like anger. I'm pretty sure anyway. Anger, bitterness. Like he doesn't take anything, and he'll decide. He doesn't like. I got no use for you. Rejection probably. He doesn't trust anybody.
Okay. So what's the question for us? You got 2 friends that drink, and their parents are interesting. What's the question for us?
Now, just one more thing. The wife has been dry for 2 to 3 weeks. She seems to be pretty stable, and I've told him a lot what I've learned from you guys, why he might be drinking, why he can't get over this, and but now he's been drinking for 2 weeks straight, doesn't quit. Where do I go from here as far as trying to help him?
Tell him, hey.
They're not abusive children.
Okay. Tell them, hey, I want to help you guys. Let's all go to a Celebrate Recovery meeting that's got childcare.
Okay, say again, please.
There are Christian recovery groups like a Celebrate Recovery. There's probably one there in Montana, close by, where I'm hoping that they have childcare during their meeting. And you say to this couple, hey, come on, let's the 3 of us go to this meeting and see how we like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. That's one approach. Another approach is, hey, let's go to a local AA meeting. Get somebody to take care of the kids, and let's go see what this AA thing is all about. Because after all, she has a father who's been sober. He understands recovery.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think you ought to do? What do you think you ought to do?
Myself, you mean?
Yeah, what do you think is the best approach?
Well, I don't know. I'm at a loss because they've been to AA meetings.
Yeah, but they need to work the AA program. And you going with them, see, you kind of now, you're in there with them and helping, and they see you as not just some guy that's critical or whatever, but you're really wanting to be involved in them getting better.
It might even be... The
only problem with that is I drive truck. I'm not home a lot.
Okay. All right, so you can't do it.
But maybe, Jerry, it might be good for you to go to what's called Al-Anon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a group for people that care for, love, or in a relationship with someone who abuses alcohol.
Yeah, that's right.
And you would have a wealth of resources in that group of people to help you learn how to navigate through being in relationship with an active addict.
Uh-huh. So is Al-Anon, is that the same as AA group?
No, it's for the counterpart. It's for the people that love them. It's for the other people that are in relationship that are kind of wound up and worried and scared like you are, right? You're like, I'm really concerned about these people. I'm so concerned I'm calling a radio station, TV station.
Yeah.
So that says you love them, you care about them, but you're going to need a sense of community to help you walk through all the emotions that you're having, and some strategies. And there's some amazingly seasoned people that go to these groups that have been living with addicts for a long time and that are doing their own recovery, and you're going to have a resource right there at your fingertips.
Now, one other question. Like, they're Christian, I'm Christian. Are these now, like, Alcohol Anonymous isn't Christian? What's the other group called again?
Al-Anon?
Al-Anon.
A-L-A-N-O-N.
No, are they Christian?
Well, they're not Christian, but the 12 steps they're based on were produced or are written from the Bible. They're biblical steps. Now, that's why I first suggested you go to a Christian group, but if you don't have that, then you go to AA, which isn't a Christian group, but it's not an anti-Christian group, so that they get their recovery in place, and it's not going to cause them to be unchristian. I'm going to send you a Life Recovery Bible. It's got the 12 steps right there in the Bible. It'll show you how it works. But let's hear from Mylon.
Jerry, what interventions have you tried with them? Have you tried anything so far?
Well, yes and no, I guess. Like I said, they went to AA, but they've never really...
No. What have you tried? Jerry, what have you done to say, this is really bothering me? Have you sat down with your friends and said, this really bothers me?
I have quite a bit, and a couple times when they were both drunk, which I know that doesn't do any good in that respect. Well, what I've done is, okay, I've told him what I've learned from you guys, why he probably, and he's a lot worse than she is, as far as the drinking and the accusing, and I've told him what I think, what I've learned from you guys, why he's acting out the way he's acting out.
Okay. Well, Jerry, let me give you one other piece of advice that you may want to try to do. And it's going to require a lot of bravery on your part. And I don't know if you feel brave enough to do this. But if you have two parents that are drinking excessively, and if you have a dad that has been drinking on a 2-week binge, you may want to call Child Protective Services and find out what is going on with those children in that home. And if Child Protective Services gets involved and they come and investigate the home, it may be just the wake-up call that they need to recognize, I just can't be on a binge for 2 weeks, because I'll tell you what's going on. They're ignoring their children, they're neglecting their children, and their children are being hurt by this. And they must be protected. So I would highly suggest that you consider finding out what Child Protective Services would do. You can actually call them and ask an anonymous question. Just say, I'm not ready to report anything. I just need to know what my options are in this kind of a situation. So, Jerry, I think you're going to say, all right, I'm a Christian, but I have Christian brothers and sisters that are not behaving the way God wants. What am I going to do to slow them down? And somebody knocking on the door is something will slow down behavior that is not pleasing to the Lord and is certainly abusive to themselves and to the children.
All right, I hope that's helpful to you, and God bless you there, Jerry. And I'm glad that they've got someone that's concerned. You may be the only person that intervenes in this way. And
Steve, how many times do we hear about children dying, and people look back in retrospect?
Oh, I wish I had done something.
And I wish I would have done something. Yeah. We read about stuff like that weekly in the newspapers and hear stories about people who didn't get involved, and then somebody ends up dying, a child who's innocent.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break, and we'll come right back after this.